All right, guys, we back. Thank you again for joining me, Cornelius, Mr. Constitution Eccles. I
Most definitely.
appreciate you. So John Scott earlier this month, April, or earlier this year, whenever you guys watching, was unalived by the DPD, Decatur Police Department. Why? Again, what happened?
From what I know, mind you, LJ Strong, I'm praying for him. Y'all pray for his family, please. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful man. Great with community, with the kids, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's not like that. Again, the DPD has, you know what I'm saying, put their hands on a man and almost, you know what I'm saying, he's in ICU right now. You know what I'm saying? My prayers for his family. But again, it ain't like they killing a thug or they beating on a thug. You know what I'm saying? Steve Perkins and LJ ain't them people, bro. They ain't no street dudes or like, you know what I'm saying, or come from no environment like that for you to even have a even mind to even think. You know what I'm saying? They ain't come from them environment or change to be a better person. They been a good person their whole life. You see what I'm saying? He said he have a mental health situation and the police show up. And the police show up, said that they were gonna help him with this situation. They were gonna get him to the ambulance.
Now he has history of some type of mental health issues as
That
far as going to mental health facilities or whatever, right?
I don't
That's
quote
what
me on
that's what
that,
I
but I think
heard.
so. Yeah, I think so. I think I heard of that as well. But they also spoke with his mother. It's on video door cam that they wasn't going to do anything or address the so-called warrant that they have. That it wasn't a warrant for John anyway. That they said that they weren't going to address it. They're going to get him the help that he needs by ambulance, via ambulance. But I guess that when he made it outside, he wasn't made a decision on whether to go or not. He, you know what I mean. The cops gave him a demand for his either you're gonna get in the ambulance or you're gonna go to jail.
So he didn't want to get in the ambulance,
I don't
but
know
he
for
was.
what. I don't know. I didn't watch the video because they got me
But
blocked.
an ambulance is a small
Yeah,
confined space, and maybe
yeah,
he didn't want to be in a confined
yeah.
space
But
at
I
that
know that
moment.
it seemed as though the cops were getting irritated and they were very, very well not trained with it. And and I feel as though you can't go to then first. I personally want to know either get in the ambulance or go to jail. Either go to jail for what? I'm saying,
Now,
you see what I'm saying? Go to jail for what?
now you
When
said
they
that
when he
really
called him.
fast, and I gotta go back, not to cut you off. I
Go
apologize,
ahead. Go ahead.
but you said it really fast, and so I want to understand, and so the audience can understand. Did you say that he had a warrant, but then he didn't have a warrant?
From my information that I was given by somebody close that told me that they even though they tried to say on the video that he had a warrant, but ultimately he doesn't have one.
Who had a warrant? Did it some?
Somebody named that matched his, but I don't. But I didn't. If it matched his, I don't see his. I don't see if how the police get a description database and anything. I don't see how they still could pursue or even pursue if you got a description of a 62-year-old individual. You know what I'm saying? LJ don't look 62. You know what I mean? It's more of an ego. I feel as
I
though it's
thought he
more
was
of an
like
ego.
our age. I think he
Yeah,
graduated with us, with our
yeah,
class.
yeah. But he's it's more of an ego type of situation that no companionship for the community or the citizens. You see what I'm saying? If you're dealing with someone with mental health or issues, you know what I mean. You should be most lenient
It
and,
seemed
and
like,
lenient as possible.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And you use the threat of jail like. Yeah, like that was gonna, I guess, ensue him or rush him to make that decision. You know what I mean? I've seen police officers in different states. Hey, buddy, go down and sit down and talk to the man. Have a seat, bro. Just have a seat. Let me talk to you. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Taking the time. You didn't want to do that because it's not in you, and you shouldn't be a police officer. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't have no compassion. Maybe if he was a different skin color, maybe, huh? Maybe so, huh? You would think. Yeah, but you didn't have that. You see what I'm saying? Like I even know that I'm not a police officer. I've seen people, other officers, go snatch a boy off the bridge, sit down and talk to him when he was in a mental crisis or a situation. But you're gonna threaten the man to go to jail or get in the ambulance. You see what I'm saying? And whatever pursued him to be on the ground, I think the guy was punching him in the face as well. You see what I'm saying? But I know they gave him a demand to do either one or, but he's not in the right mental capacity to make decisions like that. So another approach should have been made. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know they released some body cam a day or so ago.
Yeah, someone tried to send it to me because I'm blocked from all the website. So
Yeah, they
yeah,
released some body cam, but it was weird. But
But I mean, I'm talking about they was punching the man in the face. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about punching the man on the face. Let's get this. Let's get that first and foremost. You have to have reasonable, articulable suspicion of a crime. You know what I'm saying? To convict somebody of a crime. See what I'm saying? You can't just, you know what I'm saying? A lot of police officers just take it into their own hands.
but they was thinking that they had a guy who was having a mental issue, but who also had a warrant at the time,
Right.
and they was using that can always be our backup to just book you.
Right.
And so I think that's how they played the game.
From what I heard, that they booked him and then didn't even take him, didn't even bypass the whole reason that you came for him to go to the hospital and everything. Took him straight to the county.
I want everybody to know, disclosure, we don't know anything that we're talking about. We don't have enough information on this really to even bust it down and be talking about it. But we did want to break it down. We still wanted to talk about it. Because I just don't know. I seen the mother's door cam, ring camera.
Yeah.
I seen that, but that sounded like to me like she was telling them what was happening, and that, you know what I'm saying? So they would handle him with care because he needed care, not repercussion for anything that he had done wrong.
Practically beat him up, man. But it's like, it doesn't, like, you got to have, he shouldn't be a police officer. He should be fired anyway. That's just personally in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to.
Can police officers hit you? Can they strike? Can police officers strike you?
Yeah. Yes and no. Yes, if I punch a police officer in the face, then yes. But if I'm subdued and first of all, if I'm in handcuffs, it's a no.
What is subdued in handcuffs?
Like, talking about, like if I'm detained already and I can't defend myself, you ain't got no business putting your hands on me, not even pushing me. See what I'm saying? That's excessive force.
You saying detained? Or is detained mean handcuffs?
Yes. Well, it means that it can be handcuffs or, you know what I'm saying, you're detained.
Assisted officers.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Or for us, like, you can be detained by not being in handcuffs as well. You know what I'm saying? But for us, like, when the way that he was positioned, the way he's on the ground, and first of all, he wasn't, not from what I didn't get to see the other video, so I'm speaking on before I see the body camera footage. I seen the other video, I seen a portion of the video where
we'll put the video
on the ground, but he was on the ground. It's like 6 of them. You know what I'm saying? And you giving them shots. That's a no-go.
Yeah. See, I can't even watch
just like the liquor store, just like the liquor store guy. You know what I'm saying? That got punched in the face. You know what I'm saying? He ain't do nothing. He just came in and off with that man. You know what I'm saying? The liquor store. Remember
what happened?
Remember at the liquor store when he called about the robbery? Right there by the bridge. Remember that a long time ago? Yeah, and he just came in just off with that man.
I know his son. I think we went to school together, a couple years younger than me.
Yeah, I'm talking about, like, you can't do that. He hit them for a big pocket too. You know what I'm saying? Big pocket of change.
Yeah.
He won his suit, but I think it's more of it wasn't no criminal charges. I don't know. The officer probably got fired and went to go work somewhere else.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But still, he got paid off for it. But still, the officer finna go do it to somebody else.
So with the LJ situation, is he still alive? Is he still with us?
Yeah, he's still with us.
So what's his situation? He's in the intensive care unit?
I think so. And I knew him, man. I knew him, man, since I was a teenager. When I say, man, I mean.
So he's in the intensive care unit from just physical, just from the punches that you're talking about?
Punches, tasing. I'm talking about I heard they did a whole bunch of stuff, bro.
Oh, okay. So
he should calling the police for assistance should not be a death threat. I mean, a death sentence.
So they Rodney King'd him. I mean, that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I didn't watch that video because I can't watch. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't defend yourself.
Right.
You can't call your people. You can't do nothing.
Right.
But take this. So that's tough for me to watch.
Yeah, and it's tough for me too. But I like a lot of these people that talk. You know what I'm saying? That talk. And walk that walk, you know what I'm saying? You so ready to go do something to your brother, but when, like, I don't pick and choose, you know what I'm saying? I'll give that officer his issue just like I give a brother on the street his issue. You see what I'm saying? Some people like to pick and choose or be scared, you know what I'm saying, to say something, you know what I'm saying, to a person. You see what I'm saying? And it shouldn't be.
Now, what do you think about black on black crime versus when something does happen in the community? Nobody's riding. Nobody's riding. But if I know right now, if I put my hands on your little cousin them, that you gonna come see about me, and then we gonna hurt each other.
Right.
And then you see what I'm saying? But if they smoke pookie crickets,
Yeah.
What do you
And
think about that?
y'all need to stop there. Yeah.
Do you
Stop that hypocritical ass shit.
you
Yeah,
think you should
stop
keep
it.
the same energy? Do you
Yeah,
think
the exact same energy.
how can you? That's the law.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody
Or be nicer to your people.
no, not it's feel
Let
like
your people get a pass
no,
too.
somebody. But if if the John the white boy killed my partner, you know what I'm saying, or the cop in the street, you know what I'm saying, and then JJ, but I don't say nothing to him. How can I say something to the people? Like I think Rodney was saying something the other day on live. You know what I'm saying about somebody if it's black on black crime, we're gonna march in the community too. And I can feel that. You know what I'm saying?
I think I was watching during that
Yeah,
part. Yeah,
somebody
when they
like,
was saying,
hey,
yeah.
he that's head on right there. You know what I'm
No, he was
saying?
right on.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm talking about? Like
RGB right on a lot.
because me personally think that I don't believe on any crime. If you threaten my life in any type of manner, I don't care if you're black, white, Puerto Rican, brown, I'm gonna give you the smoke. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? If my life is in danger and jeopardy, it ain't no matter who you is. And if you just so happen to be one of my people, then you just so happen to be one of my people or my culture. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt all the way around the board. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no this and that or to get this person this lean. Say if you threaten my life, then I'm gonna stand on it. You see what I'm saying? No matter who you are, you know what I'm saying. But I'm gonna have that same energy no matter what for each person. You know what I'm saying? If you killed your brother for no reason, but you ain't gonna say nothing on Zimmerman or George Zimmerman or anybody else that's sliding, but you gonna go slide on somebody saying something, you know what I'm saying, about it, but you ain't gonna go slide, you know what I'm saying, on this situation. I respect you more if you slid on both situations. I think you're wrong for sliding on your brother just G for GP. But if you're going to slide on the situation, you know what I'm saying? Slide on all the way around the board. Don't pick and choose who you slide on. If you're going to throw your life away, go throw your life away for something and have somebody at one of these organizations hold you down. You know what I'm saying? For the rest of your bid.
Yeah, we only slide on our own. We don't slide on.
They don't.
I don't feel like we should slide on law enforcement. Even when they're in the wrong, I do believe in due process. You said that in the last
Right.
part.
Right.
I definitely believe in due process. But my thing is, I just feel like I shouldn't go slide on little John them because they jump Pierre or
Right.
something like that. I should try to. Can I get in touch with John them? Can I talk to John them? What's up? What's the situation? Can we talk it out? I
Right.
guess I don't know because I don't feel like
I can agree. I can agree
I
with
don't feel like we should slide on the law, and I definitely don't. And so, like, with that being said, I definitely don't feel like we should slide on our own.
Right.
I think that's crazy.
Right. I'm talking, but if you exercise, I guess it would be more fair if I exercise all my resources for coming to talk to you. Some people, my brother, you can't just talk to. See what I'm
I
saying?
know.
Some
I
people
know.
ain't
Yeah.
letting it go.
Yeah.
Some people don't want to sit down and have that conversation.
I understand.
You see what I'm saying? So you
Yeah.
have to give them smoke. You kind of see what I'm saying? For a more broad statement, you have to give them smoke because they don't want to sit down and you know what I'm saying, and do what you just said.
But
You
see,
know what I'm saying?
this the catch to that. You know, my granddaddy said a long time ago, if a doctor and a crackhead in the middle of the street arguing, which one the fool?
Yeah.
So now if I know I can't talk to John them,
Right.
then I'm gonna tell my cousin, hey, Pierre, maybe you shouldn't associate with John them because they're not reasonable human beings.
Right.
Period.
Right.
Nothing to do with black or white.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? White people, there's a lot of unreasonable white boys too, and when they go ballistic,
Right.
they go ballistic.
Right.
And so
I know a few.
human beings in general, some of them aren't, you know what I'm saying, reasonable human beings. That's
Right,
all.
right.
And so you shouldn't associate yourself with that. Sometimes we get ourselves in those situations. But I ain't gonna lie, like if something happened to my brother, my cousin, like, I mean, it's up.
Yeah, yeah. I can
But
feel
it
you.
shouldn't be up for the law. So it shouldn't be
I'm
up.
talking about up like for us up like I can when you say that situation
Up
long rest in peace.
leave my people alone.
Yeah,
leave
like
my
rest,
people be.
Yeah, like rest in peace, my brother. You know what I'm saying? But he used to steal from a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? I love him to death. But
Did y'all tell him at some point, hey,
somebody like
you
I
can't
told him,
keep
somebody,
stealing?
yeah. You know, but he was just going through something like he told me. He said he was hurting and everybody was bait. He couldn't get no help from nobody, so he turned in and taken from the people that he knew they had it. So with that being said, that goes to like what you were saying. He'll steal from somebody, and if somebody blew his head off, I'd be upset, right? That's why I told you working on my emotional intelligence earlier. I'd be so upset. I'd be ready to do something to that person. But I'd be wrong, man.
You would be wrong. because
I
he
be
wronged
wrong.
them.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
See what I'm saying?
yeah.
So I can't take up. You know what I'm saying? I don't. That's what another thing, like I'm saying, I kind of work on for is that I've used that situation in a lot of aspects of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't, no matter how bad I want to. You know what I'm saying? I can't take up for wrong, whether you family or not. I tell you, I'm gonna be with you. I ride with you, but you know what I'm saying? Retaliating off you being wrong. I
No, I
stand on
can't
the
take up
stand
for
and lie
wrong.
for you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But retaliation from being wrong. You know what I'm saying? I just can't. I can't indulge in that type of activities.
And
You know what I'm
most of the
saying?
time when we riding on ourselves, meaning black on black crimes, Lil John been and robbed Lil Ray Ray, both of them in the wrong, and now we come to see Lil Ray Ray because Ray Ray killed John for robbing him,
Right.
and so
And then people mad, and
and that's
then
all, but what I'm saying is like you just said, I can't take up for wrong. I learned that a while ago. You know what I'm saying? Man, my brother helped me to learn that. Man, I can't ride with you if you in the wrong.
right,
Yeah, man, you can just go on the jet, and I can't burden myself with that
right.
because I want to continue to grow.
Right, and then I want to ride with you on situations. You know what I'm saying? Then some people will take that riding situation. Oh yeah, no matter what I do, he gonna ride right. So I'm finna go over here and start this situation right here. Start this situation because I know my family gonna turn around and ride for me, or my people gonna ride for me. I'm gonna go manipulate and turn up this situation on purpose. Don't do no type of avoidance techniques, none whatsoever. And you know what I'm saying? And make myself have a situation and have my folks come ride for me. You see what I'm saying? And put their life in jeopardy, all because you know what I'm saying. No, that's why you set boundaries on. You know what I'm saying. No, I ain't riding with you when you wrong. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. No matter how wrong, I just can't do it.
So is his name Brother John Scott?
Yeah, this
What was his
is
name?
John Scott,
But
LJ.
yeah, so Brother John Scott, LJ, we definitely gonna be praying for him and his family right now.
Most definitely.
Lifting him up in prayer that he, you know what I'm saying, have a speedy recovery out of the ICU that he was placed in by the DPD. By hand? This was hand work,
They
and you say
hand. I think they
tasing?
hand and tasers. There's a whole bunch of officers out there, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it just don't sit right for us. Like he's to sit right that you know what I'm saying that I think at least I think one of the people told me that his heart had stopped for like 40 minutes. So messed up, man. Stopped for like 40 minutes, bro, and like
Somebody was trying to explain to me that.
I'm not understanding how can a simple like how all this stuff that they did, you know what I'm saying? And he ended up fighting,
Well,
he ended up fighting
and
for his
so
life.
that's what I was about to get at because I was like, how could they not detain him to where they had to do all that? Somebody was saying one you can do a lot with one arm, and he had locked his arm out, and he was
Somebody what they grab him,
and I was like,
grabbed him for
bro,
anyway.
regardless though, like three guys should be able to put handcuffs on a guy. It seemed like.
Yeah, but I'm talking about, but the point is that
I
they,
know the situation should have never escalated.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
with you, but
yeah,
what I'm
right.
saying is, once the situation did escalate, and clearly we're going to put him in cuffs now.
Yeah,
But what,
they want to beat him up. That's what
okay,
they do with everybody.
that's what I know
Somebody,
they beat him up, but what I'm
yeah,
saying is, do you feel like they could have got him in cuffs without all the physical abuse?
yeah, they could have got him in because they could
That's
have.
all that was my only
Yeah,
point that I was trying to
yeah.
make.
And I'm talking about they could have sat him down. Got no compassion for
Now I know
no.
Brother John Scott strong.
Yeah, I'm talking
Yeah,
about
I
yeah,
get to know, I get that,
yeah.
but I'm saying, do you think they could have got him in cuffs without physically abusing his body and his, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying,
even though
putting
he
him in
ain't,
ICU,
yeah,
bro?
even though they ain't have no, even though they ain't have a reason to put him in there in the first
I
place.
know, yeah, no, I
Yeah,
know, yeah, yeah,
but yes, to your question, you know what I'm saying. But they do that to a lot of people. They did that to me as well. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying.
They physical abused you.
Somebody like but like in my first and when I got arrested for littering, you know what I'm saying that when I got arrested for littering in Compton, he don't like me because I made him look bad. You know what I'm saying in front of a bunch of people. But when he put me in handcuffs, and as I'm walking, he pushing me, he dragging me, and when he pushed me to the car, he pushed my head against the door trying to get me out. So hold on, let me get myself together, man. He said, I said get in there and push me and hit my head against the thing and crack my teeth.
And
You know
so
what I'm saying?
all that would be he say, she say.
No,
No, it ain't no proof.
yes,
Like
it should be
they
on.
be turning them body cams off, bro.
Yeah, I'm talking about. Yeah, that stuff come up missing.
You
You know what
know
I'm
they
saying?
turning that joint
Yeah,
off.
yeah, most definitely. That stuff
Yeah,
come up. You can write about that. That stuff do come up missing.
yeah, that come up missing. But anyway, thank you for joining the show again. Do you got any last words for the John Scott situation? Because I don't know what people can do. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so early in the situation. But
Yeah, it's real early. I guess just continue to pray for the family, and I guess if you could probably see on online or whatever, and probably try to, you know what I'm saying. I don't really know because I ain't this my I don't really know, boss. You know what I'm saying? I just know that my hearts and prayers, you know what I'm saying, out to the, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying, the
yeah,
whole
yeah, yeah,
family,
yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And if if anybody that's, you know what I'm saying, if you can reach out to the family, just express your condolences. If it's something that, I don't know, if it's something that you could do to help them with the situation for us to, you know what I'm saying, for us, I guess, legally wise or anything of that nature, I don't know. I just know that they need, I don't know. I just know that they need all the love and prayers possible. That's all. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
legal counsel costs so much, man. It could be so draining emotionally and financially, and
Yeah, but
it
right
don't
now,
seem like family should have to go through that when
yeah.
clean cut. You didn't beat my son up, put my child in the ICU joint.
Yeah, and they just
I'm
didn't.
just here heartbroken. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? I don't think you should have to spend a whole bag like that just to better seek some justice. It seems like
right,
family should be able to get justice without. I don't know.
right, and then like the whole, the more of this conversation, you know, just our Decatur, our police department, period. You know what I'm saying? Need to be shut the fuck down. You know what I'm saying? Like down from, I'm talking, need to be shut down, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't keep doing us like this. You see what I'm saying? Talking about, especially people. Talking about, this is the second person that I knew of. I knew LJ more than I knew Steve. But
Well,
still, you know
I
what I'm
like
saying?
the
But it's
three final
still,
candidates for the chief.
there ain't no more candidate.
Who's the chief now?
Yeah, I know. They from the other two dropped out when they had their meeting. There was one left. It was one left, boss, and they
They
said,
dropped out.
the one, it was two left, and they had the meetings at the Turner Center, right? All right. They said the mayor asked to do some, man, or some crap. But I know. Let me just summarize it from what I heard. All right, that the candidate was one left standing. One left standing. He's supposed to have the job, right? Nah. The mayor trying to reach back in and get some more candidates that didn't even start. That didn't even start, so they can redo it all
I
over
liked
again.
it. The guy from Birmingham,
I'm
man.
talking about, yeah, I'm talking about so
I
they can
knew he
redo it
could
all
do the
over
job.
again.
He looked it like he could
Bro,
get the job done for
yeah,
us.
but
God.
made this place so racist, bro. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Cause
I
how?
understand, but
Cause
the guy from Birmingham had the credentials.
yes, but I'm, yeah,
Uh,
exactly, bro. He went through the whole process, man.
he's dealt with crimes.
Yeah,
He dealt with multiple amounts of crimes.
yeah, man.
You know, obviously he had
Yeah,
a cool head.
yeah,
Pause. I
yeah,
mean, my God.
yeah. But I like to put life in metaphors. Let me show you. Let me tell you something. Like, how would you feel? You go to a job, right? Go to an interview process, right? Everybody trickling down, people dropping out. You the last one left. You got that job, man. You did all. You weathered the whole storm. Other for the GM of the company, for the owner of the company, which is the mayor, come in and say, "Nah, we gonna start this all over again, and I got some more qualified candidates. We're gonna give them chances, and we're gonna start the whole process over again." I'm talking about you. That's wrong on all levels. I'm talking about what else? Can't nobody. What else can you get out of it? I'm the last one left, so you're gonna go get the candidates that you took out in the beginning and narrowed it down. You're gonna go get them back to compete against me too. After I just competed through everybody, the last one standing, I should have the job. Something about that nigga you don't
Well,
like.
I didn't like you. I don't want to pick you. That's what
Yeah,
that was about. Yeah, I
yeah.
don't want to pick you. I don't care if you're the last one standing. I don't want to pick you.
Right.
See, I didn't want it to get down to that, brother. I didn't want it to get down to that, brother
But he
Cornelius.
tried to dress it up.
That is what it looked like. What happened?
That's exactly what
My
happened.
God.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, we got pictures of him with a racist governor anyway, but you can't dress it up no other way, man. That man's supposed to have a job, man. That man's supposed to have a
All right, let
job,
me
bro.
see that information off your phone real quick about your grandmother real quick. See if
Gotcha.
we got a few minutes to bust that down. That was fly right there. Yeah, cause see, I'll cut this little point right here. Okay, so your family has a historical case against the Ku Klux Klan in 1979. Over 100 members of the Invisible Empire Klan with bats, axe handles, and guns clashed with a group of peaceful civil rights marchers in Decatur, Alabama. In which situation, what happened to your grandmother?
She was shot in the neck, in the face and the neck. And told she would never be able to speak again. She was shot by several KKK members. Well, no, she was shot by a KKK member, which it all went to federal court, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and you can and this is all documented in Google information
And this was 1979.
during the Tommy Lee Hines march on Vine Street.
Tommy Lee Hines, a legend. Anyway, so what? Moving forward with that situation, what happened with your grandmother in that situation? Because you say this is documented.
Yeah.
It was the invisible clan.
Yeah, what they
But it
what they
said they
call
only
it.
had bats and clubs and stuff.
Nah,
But she was physically.
shot in the face and in the neck.
They
Face
shot
and
a
the neck.
lady in the
Yeah,
face and in the neck.
KKK.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's your grandmother.
That's my grandmother. That's my mother's mother.
And so anyone will be able to understand your disdain, period, for what's been going on here locally since we've been born.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's something that we able to talk about now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We got the space to talk about it. So, what happened with the thing that the grandmama and them sue them folks? Did they take it to trial? Did anybody go to prison? Were you able to identify a Klansman? Were the Klansmen in white? Did they have the white joints on? Ain't no way they had the white joints
I ain't-
on.